Breaking news coming out in the past 48 hours that the Social Security Administration's Commissioner Kilolo Kijikazi caught lying in Congress under oath regarding the clawbacks for overpayments that are the fault of the Social Security Administration. Incredible news coming out, and this is terrifying. Recipients, beneficiaries of Social Security, millions of them that this is going to be impacting. Now, I'm going to give you the latest updates on this, but in addition to that, also, we are hearing that she is going to be replaced, though. U.S. Senate panel advances former Maryland governor's nomination to lead Social Security. This coming out a little while ago. Former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley moved one step closer on Tuesday. This was last month. But he is going to be the new commissioner, commissioner of Social Security. So we're luckily going to be seeing some updates on that. And also, a lot of people are wondering about the Social Security increase, the cost of living adjustment. What's going to be happening with that? Well, I've got some updates for you guys on that, as well as take a look at this. Now, first off, want to provide clarification on this stuff. The $2,400 COLA checks releasing soon, stimulus for SSI, SSDI, VA payments, dates, and how you can track this. This coming out just yesterday. Want to provide clarification for you guys on this. This right here is bad information. And what this particular article is doing is taking information from two different sources, combining them together, causing confusion, and this is actually just bad information, articles like this. Please be aware of these sources. And you scroll down here, they say that there's stimulus for Social Security going out. They're saying to take a look at the Social Security Administration.gov official website, and when you do not find anything on this. This is bad information. So I want to make sure my community is aware of bad actors like this. And I will then provide for you also the good information regarding what is actually taking place. Articles like this, Social Security proposal for $2,400 extra. This is in addition to the cost of living adjustment. This is not a part of it. In checks expanded and reintroduced in Congress. This is from Bernie Sanders' Social Security Expansion Act, where he is proposing an extra $200 per month, making good on that promise by Joe Biden. $2,400 per year. Now, this is a proposal. This is not passed. This has been reintroduced several times throughout 2023. We are yet to see this come to fruition. So clarification on that. This is not enacted. This is not law. This is a proposal that many people would like to see passed. It is one of the many bills that have been proposed in 2023 for reform for Social Security. Now, in addition to that, though, what people will be receiving, this is official and going through, that is going to be that 2024 cost of living adjustment. It is not $2,400 like that other false article was saying. It is actually going to be a 3.2% increase that is going to be applied to your 2024 benefits. This is going to be applied to more than 71 million Americans receiving the benefits, including retirement, SSI, SSDI, all of those that receive these fixed income benefits from the Social Security Administration. So I'm going to get you guys caught up on all this coming out, and as you guys know, this is all going to be cited. All my sources are linked in the description so you can reference them as well. And also, I'm going to get you the latest updates on this. Now, I see we've got 599 people on with me live. Let me see here if I can just verify for me in the comments if you can hear me and see me okay. I see we've already been on for 3 minutes and I've just been rambling. Just want to make sure you can see the information and you can hear it okay, so that way it is getting across before I just keep rambling on. So let me know in the comments, can you hear me and see me okay? And also, if you can, do me a favor, smash that like button. I see we've got 600 people in the room, 147 likes. Can I get that up to 300? Can I get 160 people that have not yet hit the like button that appreciate the updates? To do so just helps me out, helps spread this information further so those that want to know what's going on with Social Security can get the latest. All right, great. I see Patty and Elizabeth saying yes, William, Nick, Bradley, everybody saying yes, they can hear me and see me just fine. Excellent. Okay, so let me go ahead and get you guys caught up on this. And again, can I get that like button smashed? I see we've got 194 likes. Can we get that up to 300? So at least half of those in the room can support the channel, and this will spread out even further. So let's go ahead and first off get you caught up on what has been coming out just lately on the Social Security Administration's Commissioner falsifying information regarding Social Security that is literally impacting millions. So first, Social Security clawbacks hit 1 million more people than the agency chief told Congress. This at issue is the scope of a problem that has terrified many Social Security beneficiaries and plunged them into financial distress. This coming out just 48 hours ago. Now listen to this. The Social Security Administration has demanded money back from more than 2 million people a year. That is more than twice as many people as the head of the agency disclosed at an October congressional hearing. And this was very upsetting to many. I know many people on my channel vocalized they had received frightening letters from the Social Security Administration demanding that they pay back funds of overpayment that they received, not even at their own fault, but at the fault of the Social Security Administration. So many people being hit by this. And then when they asked the commissioner, Kilolo Kijikazi of the Social Security Administration, to respond, she had no response. Nothing. And then at this hearing, she actually read off information and said, for the most part, the Social Security Administration is doing a great job. We need more funding to help us to be able to go through all of the different people that receive these benefits, taking on no blame, not wiping out any debt, but still demanding clawbacks. A lot of people outraged at the response from the Social Security Administration, and now this information coming out stating that in addition to the poor response from the commissioner, they also did not provide full information that should have been disclosed. Take a look at this. It says that's according to a document at KFF Health News and Fox Media Group obtained through the Freedom of Information Act request. Acting Commissioner of the Social Security Administration, Kilolo Kijikazi, read aloud from a document during a hearing, but repeatedly left out an entire category of beneficiaries displayed on the paper as well, leaving out information that was on that document that she was referencing that actually exposed the fact that there was many more people being hit by this than they were leading on. And I think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. The most discouraging part of this is that we have individuals that depend on Social Security, these fixed income benefits that have paid into this their entire lives, and now they're demanding that they pay it back when it wasn't even their fault. It was the Social Security Administration's fault. I think that they should forgive these debts. I feel like we should not be asking seniors, some that collect SSI, that literally can't have more than $2,000 or $3,000 in their account at a time, to pay back thousands, in some cases tens of thousands, in some cases over $100,000 of benefits when it wasn't their fault. If you agree, do me a favor, put a 1 in the comments down below. If you think no, that recipients should be held accountable to pay this back even if it wasn't their fault, put a 2 in the comments. I'd like to see your thoughts, but I think the vast majority of people would agree the Social Security Administration should be held accountable for their mistakes, and they should not be putting this on the elderly, the disabled, and those recipients of these beneficiaries. I believe that this is a poor response from the Social Security Administration, in my personal opinion. Now, the document indicates the fallout from the Social Security overpayments and clawbacks is much wider than Kilolo Kijikazi acknowledged under direct questioning from a House Ways and Means Committee that oversees the federal agency. Now, in a statement for this article, the Social Security Administration spokesperson Nicole Tigman described the number of people that Kijikazi provided in her testimony and those that she left out as unverified. We cannot confirm the accuracy of the information, and we have informed the committee, says Tigman. Now, the numbers were gathered quickly, the spokesperson said. The Social Security system were not designed to easily determine this information. So they're saying, oh, it was a mistake, it was unverified, that is why we left that information out. Yes, okay. Well, that still does not make up for the fact that the Social Security Administration messed up. They are misrepresenting the numbers in hearings, and they're also requesting overpayments that are their fault to be paid back by recipients. I think, in my personal opinion, these should be forgiven. I think that we should not demand this back from the recipients, as there are so many people that are depending on these benefits. So let's go ahead and take a look, though. As you guys know, I mentioned Martin O'Malley is going to be the new Commissioner of Social Security. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a new person in there that will be able to address some of these issues, help fix some of these overpayment problems, and also not hold accountable recipients when it is not their fault. So in addition to that, though, as I mentioned, the $2,400 COLA check releasing soon. As I mentioned, this is false information for those of you hopping on late. I wanted to share with you guys that this particular article, these are bad actors like this that are putting out bad information, trying to combine information when these are two separate topics that this particular article has combined. This individual, Emily, this is bad information. So let me share with you what this is, and then let me share with you the truth, so that way you guys know exactly what's taking place. Want to make sure that everybody has accurate information, and I'm going to be citing the accurate sources. This one I will not cite because I don't want to spread this out even further for people to be mistaken. And I see we've got, before we dive in, 853 people in the room. If you appreciate the live updates with me, putting the articles on the screen, linking them so that way you can see the latest, do me a favor, smash the like button. I see that we've got 446 likes. Can we get that up to 500? If I could get 50 more likes, I would appreciate it. It would help out a ton. Now, this article says that for many Americans, the cost of food and petrol and other necessities has increased due to inflation. I'd say that is accurate. But the sharp increases are particularly onerous for seniors receiving fixed Social Security income. A recent proposal law would increase beneficiaries' Social Security benefits by USD $200 per month. Now, there's a couple of giveaways here that this likely is not even written in the United States. Instead of saying fuel, they're saying petrol and USD. Typically, we just put a dollar sign. So my guess is this is likely somebody from a different country that's just putting out information. Or USD $2,400 yearly to help the gap that many seniors are facing. Social Security recipients may be eligible to receive checks totaling USD $2,400. Those of you who are 62 in 2023 may also be eligible for this check. Instead of receiving USD $2,400 payments all at once, they could get, so yeah, this is just bad information. USD $2,400 COLA checks released soon. USD $2,400 COLA checks 2024 deposit dates. So check this page to learn more about this, they're saying. So again, this is bad information. And when you scroll down here, they're talking about $2,400 COLA checks releasing soon. Most people know that the COLA, the cost of living adjustment, is calculated based on the CPI projections, that the data that we received, that information came out, it is going to be a percentage. It is going to be 3.2%. Now, last year's was that record high percentage that we received. And they do reference the Social Security Expansion Act, which we're going to be taking a look at here in just a second, which is proposing the increase, but there is no $2,400 COLA check that is releasing soon. And also, if you scroll down here, and we saw this as well, they're saying official website, SSA.gov. This is not on their site. This is not approved. There is no $2,400 COLA check coming soon. So please verify this through official sites, not on sites like this. Now, when you do your research, as I've shared with you guys here on the channel, we did see Bernie Sanders release the Social Security Expansion Act. Now, the Expansion Act has proposed reform to Social Security, which is very much so needed. As I've shared with you here on the channel several times, we're hearing that the solvency, the amount of funds that are available for us to be able to pay out 100% of benefits to all recipients, is only going to last about 8 to 12 years. No one knows the exact time. There are a lot of different projections. However, we are running out of funding fast. Bernie Sanders is proposing a modification to taxation to help fund the solvency to last longer, an additional 75 years. And also, in addition to that, he's proposing that we need an increase across the board to all recipients of $200 per month. And this is something that we had heard President Joe Biden during his campaign run say needed to be done. And we saw that tweet, I've shared it with you several times, where he said those on disability and seniors, they are at high risk with the way our economy is, and they all could use an extra $200 per month. And I think the vast majority of individuals receiving Social Security, they would agree with that. If you agree an extra $200 per month would be nice for those on these fixed income benefits, put a 3. If you think, no, let's not do that because it's going to drain the funds even further, put a 4. But what they're saying is that people need more benefits, but in addition to that, we need to resolve the solvency issue, because if they do not, understand, if there is no reform done within the next 8 to 10 years, and we heard that 2023 was going to be the year of reform, we saw tons of pieces of legislation come out proposing reform, but none actually coming to fruition, getting enough traction in Congress to get passed. If this is not done, there will be indirect cuts to Social Security. The solvency will run out. There will be not enough funds to pay out 100% of the benefits to all recipients. The cuts will be around 20 to 25% across the board, regardless of if you collect retirement, disability, SSI, survivors, any of these benefits, you will get cut. So if you receive, let's just say $1,000 per month, you will suddenly get a check for $750 or $800. And when you reach out to the administration, the Social Security Administration, and ask what happened, they're simply going to be saying, sorry, we don't have enough funds to pay everybody 100%. We're just going to have to cut everybody across the board. That is what will result if they do not reform Social Security and soon. And understand, the system we currently have, it is running out of money. It is broken. There needs to be massive changes and reform done. And the Social Security Expansion Act is one of several pieces of legislation that were introduced in 2023 to do just that. Now, as I mentioned, this is coming out from Bernie Sanders, and it says on February 13th, Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders, he formally reintroduced the Social Security Expansion Act to Congress. At this time, he had a lot more support from fellow lawmakers pushing the initiative. And you can see at Debunking previously reported the Social Security Expansion Act was first introduced in June 9th. This has been reintroduced several times. Under terms of the bill, anyone who is a current Social Security recipient or who will return 62 in 2023 would receive, here it is, an extra $200 each month in checks, meaning the Social Security recipients could get an additional $2,400 a year in benefits if the bill wins approval. And again, you guys, this is the piece of legislation that had tons of support, the Expansion Act, that would provide this bump up across the board to all recipients. This is the particular piece of legislation, when you hear that $2,400 referenced, they are talking about. Now, this has been introduced and reintroduced. However, it did not get as much support as many Americans said they would have liked to have seen, and the reason being the taxation proposal in the bill. When this was introduced, Bernie Sanders said that, here it is right here, all without raising taxes by 1 penny on over 93% of American households that make $250,000 a year or less. So he is proposing this increase. He's proposing an extension of the solvency out to the year 2096, and they're going to be doing this by, if you make $250,000 a year or more, you will get hit with additional taxation. Now, the problem with this was that President Joe Biden, he had said that nobody making $400,000 a year or less would see an extra penny in taxation. So Biden said that he could not back this bill with the way the taxation structure was set up, that it needed to be modified. Now, let me know your thoughts. What if they could go ahead and do this bill, but just change the taxation bracket from $250,000 to $400,000? Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe that would help increase the benefits for recipients, but still provide more funding to the trust fund for Social Security. Would you like to see that happen? If so, put a 5. If no, you think a different solution would be better, put a 6. I'd like to hear your thoughts, but I know a lot of people are supporting that increase across the board. But Biden's saying that he would not support this bill because of the taxation strategy that Bernie Sanders had implemented in it. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. 5, just go forward with it, but change it from 250 to 400 so Biden feels good about it. Or 6, let's come up with an entirely different solution. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to see what people think. I've seen a 5 and a 6 and a 5. 5s, more 5s. Okay, a lot of people saying, yeah, let's just go ahead and change that. Let's see. Wow, we've got 1,194 people live with me in the room. 730 likes for those of you coming on a little bit late. As I mentioned, we're covering for you the lies that were caught by Kilolo Kijakazi, the Social Security Commissioner, as she came out and withheld information in the hearings before Congress. This just coming out, but we're hearing that luckily she is going to be replaced very soon by Martin O'Malley to lead Social Security. And in addition to that, we're talking about the cost of living adjustment increase coming, and right now the proposal for an extra $2,400 a year, and also clarifying on misinformation articles coming out in the past 24 hours as well, so that way you have the latest information coming out. And if you guys appreciate that, smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Can we get the likes up over 800? Can I get 30 more likes? That just helps spread this out even further, as we've got 1,151 people in the room with me live. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And also, I see we've got several channel members on. Jonathan Fleming. Slow Joe has got to go. He says, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Slow Joe has got to go? If you think so, do me a favor, put 45, because a lot of people are saying that the 45th president needs to come in place of 46. So if you think that we need former President Donald Trump back, put 45. If you think that Biden is doing just fine, go ahead and put 46. Or you think somebody else, put 47. I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments on this. Let me know what you guys think. Now, so that is the Social Security Expansion Act. Now let's go ahead and discuss what is actually going to be taking place. And wow, I see the 45s rolling in. A lot of people saying 45, 45. Steve, do you need a new moderator that I can help? Says George Mitchell. George, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Let me switch that. Whoa, all the 45s coming in. If you guys see anybody that is causing a ruckus in the comments, let me know. What's wrong with Lone Wolf, says David. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I blocked Lone Wolf for a moment there because I saw him just spamming the chat. But you guys, let's talk about what is actually going to be taking place for Social Security so that way you can see it for yourself. When will the COLA 2024 payments be mailed out? The cost of living adjustment COLA will have an increase of 3.2% next year. More than 71 million Americans will be benefited from this. Now, just to clarify, this is official, this is law, this is what you will be receiving. This came out and you will now be getting this. And for those on SSI, as I mentioned in a previous video, I'll actually link it for you after I get done here in the comments. For SSI, on December the 3rd, you should have received your December payment, and then also I believe it's on the 29th, if I remember correctly, on the 29th, you will receive another payment for SSI, and it will have the cost of living adjustment included in it. So 2 checks coming in December, but that second check, do not get it confused as a Christmas bonus. It is actually your January payment a little bit early due to the New Year's holiday. So let's go ahead and take a look at this so you can get caught up with this information and know exactly what's going on for all recipients of Social Security. So the Social Security Administration has announced that it will increase Social Security and SSI payments in 2024 because of the cost of living adjustment, or the COLA. According to the Social Security Administration, the COLA ensures that the purchasing power of Social Security and SSI benefits keep up with inflation. It is calculated taking the percentage increase in the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, known as the CPIW, and will receive those Q3 readings every year. They compare them to the previous year to determine what the increase should be to keep up with inflation. If there was no inflation increase, there is no incremental increase to the COLA. Now, that is how it works. Now, according to the SSA, let's take a look at this. Actually, let's start right here. Last year, the COLA had an increase of 8.7%, the highest since July of 1981. In 2024, the COLA will now be 3.2%, a light boost for SSA and the Social Security payments. So you're going to be getting a bump up in your Social Security payments. It's going to be less than half of what we received last year, but they're saying that that is because inflation is slowing. So according to the Social Security Administration, the average payments for all retired workers is expected to rise from $1,848 to $1,907 next year. Now in 2024, the maximum benefit for individuals retiring at full retirement age will be $3,822. The average payments for elderly couples where both partners receive benefits are projected to increase to $2,939 to approximately $3,033 as well. Let's see here. For surviving spouses with 2 children, the payment will rise from $3,540 to $3,653. For a single elderly surviving spouse, it will rise from $1,718 to $1,773. So these are the increases. Workers with disability, along with their spouse and 1 more child, will see an increase from $2,636 to $2,720. While the payment for all workers with a disability will go from $1,489 to $1,537. So these are the increases that you can expect to see. These are official. These are going to be implemented in your next check starting in January, or if you're an SSI, that January check will come early in December, the 29th of 2023. For SSI benefits, the standard federal payment is set to increase from $914 to $943. And as I mentioned, I did a video for you guys specifically on SSI. You'll see my face on the thumbnail on the cover with 2 checks, one for $914, one for $943. This is for individuals, and from $1,371 to $1,415 for couples. Now, let's talk about the arrival times, when you can expect this. And wow, we've got 1,394 people live with me in the room getting Social Security updates, 951 likes. Can you do me a favor? If you're hopping on late, catching the latest information on Social Security, please smash that like button. Can we get it over 1,000? Can I get 40 more likes? It just helps spread this out further. I appreciate the support, and as always, if this is your first time here, if you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Hit that subscribe button. Now, when will Social Security increase payments be sent? Well, the COLA will be applied in January of 2024, Social Security and SSI payments. The first will be sent on Friday, December the 29th, confirming what we just mentioned a little while ago. That is for 2023, as the January 1st is a holiday. After that, it will be sent every Wednesday depending on the date of birth of the beneficiaries as following. So these are the arrival dates of your benefits from Social Security with the bump up and the increase. So Wednesday, January the 3rd, 2024, benefits for those who began receiving their payments before May of 1997. Wednesday, January the 10th, 2024, payments for beneficiaries with the date of birth between the 1st and the 10th. Wednesday, January the 17th, dates of birth between the 11th and the 20th. And Wednesday, January the 24th, 2024, dates of birth between the 21st and the 31st. This is your typical payment schedule, but this will be the first that you'll receive with that 2024 cost of living adjustment, that increase to your benefits of 3.2%. This is the actual information. This is official. This is not any misinformation from other articles. This is directly from this article reporting from the Social Security Administration. Social Security will start notifying recipients by mail starting in early December, so check your mailboxes. Those letters should be coming soon. Those who have a personal My Social Security account can see their COLA notice on the site. If they haven't received it yet, they can set up text or email alerts when there is a new notification. Those who didn't register for My Social Security before November 14th, they won't get to see their COLA notice online. So that is when you can expect to receive those benefits as well. So that is the latest coming out on that. And again, just to recap, as I see we've got a lot of new people on as well, hopping on a little bit late. We received word that the Social Security Administration's Commissioner, Kilolo Kijikazi, you can see right here, during a hearing in Congress, misrepresented information on the clawbacks that are terrifying people. These letters coming out that are very scary, saying that people owe the Social Security Administration thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, in some cases over $100,000 of overpayments they received. And in that hearing, she referenced a document, skipped over sections that included literally more than twice as many people being impacted by this than she let on in that hearing. And people very upset that they are still holding people accountable for these overpayments when they're the fault of the Social Security Administration. And now we're hearing also misrepresenting the actual information in the hearing as well. And then when they asked for a response, the Social Security Administration said they could not verify the information, so therefore they did not report on it during the hearing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as I mentioned, though, we are hearing that Martin O'Malley will be the new Commissioner of Social Security, so Kilolo Kijikazi will be leaving that position here very soon. In addition to that, articles like this coming out on the increase and the COLA, saying that there is going to be a $2,400 COLA check coming soon. That is false information. There is no cost of living adjustment, $2,400 check coming. That is mixing two different things. And we just clarified for you the $2,400 increase is a proposal from Bernie Sanders in the Expansion Act that not only increases benefits but also reforms the entire Social Security system. And the COLA, however, will be applied here very soon. It is a 3.2% increase, not a fixed amount, but a percentage increase that will be applied to everyone's benefits. So that is the actual information, and I wanted to get people caught up to date on what is going on. So that is the latest. We've got 1,356 people in the room, 1,133 likes. Wow. If you have not done so yet, please hit the like button. Just helps out a ton. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. And thank you for all the support from the channel members. I appreciate you guys a ton. And if you'd like to become a member and support the channel, there's a join button. You can click it. And as a result, all of the articles that I reference, links to them will be in your YouTube feed. You can click them. You can go check them out. and you can see them for yourself. But if not, no worries. I still cite all the sources anyways. They're in the description of the video. I try not to leave anybody out, just an extra little benefit if you want to support the channel. I appreciate it, but if not, no worries. Let's see here. 2 No is Powers is finally catching you live. Hey, glad to have you on with me live. Hear you okay from Texas, says Thomas. Great. Another Texan in the room with us. Richard says 100, not 200. Yeah, a lot of misinformation out there, so I want to make sure that you guys get exactly what's going on. Governor Abbott is a Texas god, says Radiation Day. Let's see here. Last year, Medicare took about half of my COLA. Yeah, and that's a lot of things that people are not taking into consideration either, is that this 3.2% increase, don't forget about Medicare. Don't forget about the tax brackets. And also, too, do you really think that 3.2% is the actual amount of inflation that we have? A lot of people saying that that is not what it actually is. Let's see here. Po Boy says, I doubt Steve would lie. Go to the link and read it. Yeah, I try to cite all my sources so that way you can go to the link and you can see it for yourself. There's also the possibility that I could accidentally misspeak something, or there have been times where I've read something wrong and I misunderstood it. So please, always, I cite the sources so that way you can verify for yourself. I want to double check myself as well, because we're all human, we're all prone to mistakes, and so I just try to do my best to make sure that I've done my due diligence to provide you with the accurate information and you can check it for yourself. Ryan Treadway says, I just found you. So is this the $6,400 subsidy real? I see that everywhere. Ryan, I've reported on that. I've got a video on it, $6,400 subsidy. That is false information. I have looked into that. I've gone through the entire process. False. Please do not fall for that. I've had several people ask me about it, tell me that they've given information out and stuff. Do not fall for that. If there are any stimulus provisions, any additional subsidies, any additional money that can go out to help you, I will let you know here in the channel. That I know is false. And yes, it's a shame. I actually see those little pop-up commercials come up on YouTube and other social media platforms, and it is false information. So please do not fall for that. Tim and Ursula say the 3.2% COLA is a disgrace. Yes, I agree, and that is why so many people are wanting to see that $2,400 increase across the board applied to Social Security. Michael says Martin O'Malley is a joke. Yeah, you know what? We will see. Hopefully, he will do better than Kilolo Kijikazi, because right now the information she's giving out is false. Seems like she is not telling the truth, withholding information, and also not taking responsibility for the mistakes of the Social Security Administration, and then holding recipients accountable to pay back their mistakes. I think that is a tragedy. Martin O'Malley is a joke. Let's see. Look at what he did as governor in Maryland, says Michael. Oh, yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are on his track record. Gasoline alone has raised the cost of living substantially, says Mark Matthews. Yeah. You know, at 3.2%, a lot of people saying that is a joke. Randy's saying it's more like 6 to 7%. Crystal Kuhn saying $2,400 a year is not enough and unfair. It should be more. Yeah, Crystal, you know, an extra $200 would be nice, but right now they're not even proposing that. They're saying that the average increase for the cost of living adjustment, that 3.2%, is around $54. So people are only getting a $54 increase to keep up with inflation. Many people saying that does not even keep up with inflation. Tim Connor saying, no, the $6,400 subsidy is not real. That is correct, Mr. Tim Connor. You are correct. That is not real. Maybe we need Trump back. Says Jeffrey Knox. Yeah, I asked about who we thought would do the best for our presidency for Social Security. And I said 45 if you thought Trump, 46 if you thought Biden, 47 if you thought somebody else. And it was full of 45s. Everybody saying bring back Trump. Let's see here. MAGA Maniac is saying, I'm feeling 50% inflation. You know, I don't think you are too far off. It just seems like, you know, they can give all the stats and the numbers they want, but when we go to the grocery store, when we go to the gas station, we feel much different than what it is that they're telling us in these reports. And 3.2%, yeah, sometimes it's just hard to believe those numbers. Let's see here. Robert Crowder says, that's what happens when you vote Democrat. Well, we've got elections coming up very soon, so we can change it if we'd like. George Mitchell says, if Patton was still alive, he would be mad. Yep, I think it's incredible how things have changed in such short amount of times. Let's see here. Kenneth is saying that the $6,400 benefit subsidy is indeed a sales pitch for an insurance company. Yeah, I looked into it. There's nothing on it. And then as I went down the rabbit hole for that particular advertisement, there's nothing there. Like, they're just seeking out your information. I would not even bother with it. Let's see here. Butterfly Lips says DC wants to keep us begging. Christmas shopping will be weak this year, says Janie. Yeah, it is going to be difficult, but regardless of what unfolds, I will make sure that I keep you guys up to date on everything so that way you know the latest. Forrest Wild is saying, great show, Steve. Thank you so much, Forrest Wild. I appreciate it. And I see more 45s coming in. A lot of people saying they'd like to see former President Donald Trump back in office. We will see. Elections coming up here very soon. But you guys, that is the latest. So again, just to recap for those hopping on a little bit late, we received information that the Social Security Commissioner Kilolo Kijakazi provided false information. We are calling her out here on the channel that she did not disclose information during a congressional hearing regarding the clawbacks, the overpayments made. Overpayments were made by the Social Security Administration to recipients. Then they're demanding that recipients pay the benefits back, and it is absolutely ridiculous. They're not holding themselves accountable. They're saying that they need more funding to be able to track everything and saying that they're doing a great job. And now we're finding out that during that hearing, they actually provided false information, skipped over entire paragraphs of information in the article. Now we're going to see her replaced here very soon by Martin O'Malley, and also the latest on cost of living adjustments, proposals for $2,400, and when you will actually be seeing these benefits paid out. So again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to stay up to date. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member. But I appreciate it a ton. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I'm also going to be providing another video here soon, either this evening or tomorrow, on video footage of the border crossings taking place as we broke records this week for people pouring into our nation. Keep an eye out for that video as well. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.